Hello and welcome to TechCheck, the program that talks about everything science, tech and innovation. On the program today, Nokia is better than Samsung, study says. The frighteningly simple technique that got Twitter's CEO account hacked. IFA 2019, Europe's biggest tech show. Another deepfake app goes viral. And the device of the day is a Microsoft Surface Pro 6. All these and more when we come back after the break. Nokia branded phones are being updated to the latest Android version, study says. Counterpoint research found out that 96% of Nokia phones sold since the release of the Android Pie have either shipped with or been updated to the latest iteration of Android. Samsung, Xiaomi, Huawei each have figures in the 80+% range, but no other company that Counterpoint studies was even close. Lenovo and Oppo were below 50%, while LG, Vivo, and others were below 20%. Slow updates have been a perpetual problem for Android smartphones. Even flagships aren't guaranteed to be running the latest version of Android. Unlike iPhones, we tend to get support from Apple for 4 or more years. Even the most expensive Android phone tend to have support for all of 2 or 3 years. Google promise of 3 years of support for Pixel phones makes it a standout. The situation have improved over time. Google have made changes to Android that makes it easier for manufacturers to deliver timely updates. It has begun requiring that popular phones receive a minimum of 2 years of security updates, which are ultimately more important than feature updates. Still, as Counterpoint shows, the situation is still bad for most phone manufacturers. Looking at our portfolio for a whole update even takes longer. With only 3 phone brands, Nokia, Lenovo and Xiaomi, having half of their portfolio running the latest version of Android a year after its release, according to the study. Making all this worse, as Counterpoint points out, people are increasingly hanging on to their phones for longer. As that trend continues, a lack of update is going to mean more people running outdated versions of Android, missing features and security updates, and making life harder for developers who have to code to an even wider variety of devices. Twitter CEO 4.2 million followers got an unpleasant surprise. Twitter users got the shock of their life when it was learned that Jack of Twitter's account was hacked by a group of vandals. Friday afternoon, Jack Dorsey's 4.2 million Twitter followers got an unpleasant surprise. A group of vandals had gained access to the account and used it to blast out stream of offensive message and plugs to their group of Discord's channel. Within 15 minutes, the account was back under control and the group was banned from Discord. But the incident was a reminder of the serious vulnerability in the highest profile account and just how insecure phone-based authentication has become. The hackers got through the Twitter text-to-tweet service operated by the acquired service CloudHopper. Using CloudHoppers, Twitter's user can post tweets by texting message to a shortcode number, usually 40404. It's a useful trick for simple phone or if you don't have access to the Twitter app. The system only requires linking your phone number to your Twitter account, which most users already do for separate security reasons. As a result, control of your phone number is usually enough to post tweets to your account, and most users have no idea. A security oversight by the provider lets the hacker gain control. As it's turning out, getting control of Dorsey's phone number wasn't as hard as you might think. According to a Twitter statement, a security oversight by the provider let the hackers gain control. In general term, this kind of attack is called SIM hacking. essentially convincing a carrier to assign Dorsey's number to a new phone that they controlled. It is not a technique, although it is often used to steal Bitcoin or high-value Instagram handles. Often, it's as simple as plugging into a leak password. You can protect yourself by adding PIN code to your carrier account or registering web accounts like Twitter through a dummy phone number. But this technique can also be too much to ask for an average user. As a result, SIM swapping has become one of the online troublemakers' favorite technique, and we have found out today it works more often than you think. It might not be a mobile-focused show, but IFA tend to play host to a lot of mobile phone launches, and this year looks to be no different. LG appears to be leading the pack this year with its mobile announcement, already trending the fine line of between teasing a device and straight up announcing it ahead of time. The biggest of these seems to be the new phone or accessories featuring multiple screens, similar to the second screen accessories that the company showed off for the LG V50 ThinQ earlier this year. Alongside these new accessories, there are also rumors that LG could announce the LG G8X, its first handset with an in-display fingerprint sensor. Finally, the company also confirmed that it will have a pair of new mid-range handsets, the K50S and the K40S, on display at the show. Honor is also holding a press conference at the show this year. The Huawei sub-brand has been less forthcoming with teases than LG, after having released the Honor X9 and Honor X9 Pro in China so recently. There is speculation that the company could announce a Western launch of either one or both of the handsets. For reference, the Honor X8 came to Europe in October last year, around the month after it released in China. HMD's press conference for its Nokia branded smartphone will almost certainly see the appearance of a new device. Don't expect another flagship like the Nokia 9 PureView announced earlier in this year MWC. But a report from Phone Arena suggests that we could see as many as 3 mid-range devices, namely the Nokia 5.2, Nokia 6.2, and the Nokia 7.2 announced at the show. Could Samsung steal the show with the Galaxy Fold release date announcement? In terms of rumor, this is where the details start to get a little more fuzzy. Sony could well announce a successor to the Xperia 1, a flagship released earlier this year, since it announced the XZ3 as a successor to the XZ2 at the last year's shows. Following some cadence, TCL is also due to hold a press conference where it promises to show off its first TCL branded smartphone, as well as deliver an update to the foldable device it first showed off back at MWC. And it's getting hard to ignore the rumors swirling around the potential new addition to the Motorola One series of phone. Despite not being expected to launch the latest in its lineup of Mate device until later in September, we'd also be surprised if we didn't get a small mobile update from Huawei, if only to attempt to quell renewed fears about the future of its smartphones. Finally, despite having announced its latest flagship just last month, there's a decent chance that Samsung might steal the show with the Galaxy Fold announcement. The South Korean electronic giant has a press conference scheduled for September the 5th, and recent reports has suggested that it might release the device just a day after. After the Galaxy Fold disastrous original launch, Samsung could use a good PR. And the device of the day is the Microsoft Surface Pro 6. The Microsoft Surface Pro 6 sports a large 12.3 display with 2736 by 1824 pixel resolution and a 3.2 aspect ratio. It comes in 128 and 256 SSD storage variation and packed 8 gig RAM. The device is equipped with a powerful Intel Core 8th generation i5 processor and features an 8 megapixel rear camera and a secondary 5 megapixel selfie snapper. For more information about the Microsoft Surface Pro 6, visit techcheck.com.ng. I hope I've been able to take you round the world of tech on TechCheck. My name is Anthony Williams. Let's do this again on TechCheck. Goodbye for now.